Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video finally. I know it's been quite a while for those who've perhaps watched my videos, anyone out there watching my videos. I've been planning to make some videos for a while, but it's taken me a while to get around to doing so, partly because, to be honest, sometimes I sort of suffer from bouts of depression or things like that, so it's difficult to sometimes get the energy to make YouTube videos and things like that. The second thing is I didn't want to make too many too quickly because I didn't want people to get too many notifications or get bored of me, as I often say. Thirdly, I wanted to make sure my content was as good as possible and things like that. So yeah, having the energy to make YouTube videos and get around to it has been harder than I thought. But again, I didn't want to make too many too quickly. I know I make quite a few whenever I'm bored or whatever, so I wanted to make sure I wait till I'm kind of ready to make them. Anyway, I'll try not to waffle too much, but this is obviously part one of my list of my bucket list for the future. I'm having some water because I'm having a bit of a problem with my throat, so I hope you can hear me clearly. But I was feeling a little bit ill recently, so hopefully I'll get better soon. But my voice seemed to be going a bit, so I decided to have water, which hopefully that liquid will hopefully help my voice be more fluid or whatever, or more clear, basically. Anywho, so here's some of my goals, bucket list, if you like, for the future, for as soon as possible. I'm sure most people know a bucket list is like what you hope to achieve before you die or whatever. So anyway, I thought I'd make my own version. So here goes. So number one, I hope to this is probably a bit of an embarrassing confession, but I still live at home with my mum and stuff like that because I have learning disabilities and mental health problems and all that kind of thing. But I'd love to perhaps learn to live independently by myself, obviously financially and other ways. Otherwise, it would be quite difficult, but I would love to do that because I think being on your own, having some time for yourself, like solitude, helps you to focus on what you want to do without distractions, like without people calling you or disturbing you or things like that. So I think that there is some benefits in doing so. I don't know why anyone would want to get married or stuff, or cohabitate with other people, because I think you get so much conflicts or confrontation or things like that. Although recently my mum has been really good to me, but I still think it would be good. I'll probably get out of her here as well. Anyway, so yeah, I'd love to learn to live independently by myself and all that kind of thing, obviously, and all that sort of thing. The other thing is I would love to learn how to put my ideas into action. So go from the idea stage into how to develop some of these things. And probably about 90% of what I want to do, maybe even up to 99% of what I plan to do nowadays is pretty much, I know they say there's no such thing as a completely selfless action. There's always something you benefit, which for me, obviously, I'd feel good helping others. So there is some sort of benefit that you get. So there's no purely altruistic action, I'm sure, that you can take or even thought. But I would like to help. I'd love to help as many people as possible. But obviously, putting my ideas into action would help to do that, which I hope to come to. Excuse me. As ever, I just remembered, please let me know what you think about each of my points or ideas or any suggestions you have and that sort of thing, which brings me on to point number two. I'd love to learn as much as possible, including from other people's failures or mistakes, as well as successes, or especially from their failures or mistakes, things to avoid or mistakes to avoid or that sort of thing. And I think that I don't mind taking advice from other people. Sometimes I think it's a bit annoying when it's like unsolicited advice or they tell you what to do. But when people sort of give you advice and say, have you thought about it this way? I think it's really good. So contradicting point number one, I think, though I like to have solitude or alone time where I think through my ideas and daydream about my ideas and how I can put them into action, things like that. Or what I'd like to see done in the future. I think that there is a time where you can network from a safe space. I suppose, like they say, too many cooks spoil the broth, but if you're in a large area working together in groups, I think you can achieve a lot more through synergy and basically the sharing of ideas and things like that. So I'd love to hear other people's suggestions about my goals and how I could better implement them. And obviously their support financially and other ways in terms of the charities I wish to support would really be of benefit in the long run as well, or in the short run. short run even as well. And yeah, just learn as much as possible, learn how to put the ideas into practice, learn from other people's failures and mistakes and suggestions and ideas. But again, sometimes it's a bit annoying when people give unsolicited advice, but I think if they do approach you nicely and just say, have you thought about doing something this way, then I think sometimes you can think it gives you another angle or perspective for your ideas and how to put them into action. So I hope that made sense. Number 3, I'd love to discuss what freedom means to me and my political ideas, promoting libertarianism, and just basically talking about what freedoms people should have and how we can help the world be more free and support human rights and things like that. So I'd love to discuss those things, have open debates, and listen to other people's opinions as well, obviously, as much as possible, just as I would like them to listen to my opinions. So yeah, I'd love to discuss politics and ideas and free speech, freedom of expression, and just generally how to make the world a more free place and that sort of thing. Again, promoting libertarianism, lower taxes, more choice over what people do with their taxes and all that sort of thing. But again, I'd love to hear different opinions, so people don't always have to agree with me or that sort of thing, but as long as we agree to disagree or respect each other's opinions. Number 4, again, I'd love to support what I stand for, and the groups I've talked about before, what I call the 4, which I mentioned in my previous videos. I'd love to support them as much as possible, including things like, which I hope to come to in more details. I'd love to support like war trade, clean water, healthy foods, eating and stuff like that, and helping people around developing countries, to put it simply, who are struggling, and also promote peace and love and that sort of thing. And work on my goals, just generally. Number 5, again, I hope to work on my goals as much as possible, and think through my vision for the future, where I hope to go towards, what my goals are, and what, as I'm doing obviously in this video. But I hope to continue to review those goals and see what progress I've made and how I can perhaps improve, and including improving my YouTube videos, which I appreciate if you share and like and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, just generally improving and thinking through my goals and how I can make changes perhaps when necessary. I'm quite a creature of habit, but sometimes to make those changes to improve. Number 6, I'd love to support Serie or Italian football as much as possible. I'd love to support Italian football clubs and look at ways they can fundraise. So I'd love to help Italian football teams to get as much funding or as much money invested into Italian football as possible, and that sort of thing. And number 7, I'd love to do the same with Celtic as well, and hopefully improve in the future, and hopefully Celtic will become the most successful team in Scottish history. So that's another one of my goals that I hope to work towards. Number 8, again, I hope to promote peace, love, positivity, joy, and that sort of thing around the world. And number 9, I hope to do at least an hour of writing, or at least an average of an hour of writing or more every single day. So as much writing as I can whenever I come up with some ideas, get my writing onto paper as well as online as well. And I know I normally share my goals on Facebook with some people who I know and love, and we share ideas with each other, or mainly I write mainly I write the ideas or type the ideas, but I'd love to hear their ideas as well, and how we can improve, including the schools I try and help across Africa, and what sort of shopping lists they have, and what sort of ways we can support them around the world. And also, I hope to think of my priorities and plans, what I want to prioritize my time on, and that sort of thing. And number 10, I hope to support young people and animals and the most poor and most disadvantaged people around the world, and also I'll say make the most use of my time on earth, and each day how I can make the best use of my time to help as many people as possible. So anyway, I hope my voice was clear enough, and I hope this all made sense, and I'd love to hear your opinions of each of my ideas, which ideas you might not have liked, or which ones you did like, or how you think I could approach those ideas. I'd love to read your suggestions in the comments. And I think that covers everything for now, and I'm out. Peace and love.